I'm Chris Meyer. Join me and the Legendary Customs team as we take ordinary rides and craft them into legendary customs.
Hey everybody, Chris with Legendary Customs based out of La Crosse, Wisconsin. I want to say thank you very much for joining us on our YouTube channel. We would like to do a 2022 review. I'd like to start with saying thank you to each and every one of you out there on the internet for tuning into our channel. When you deem fit, thank you for sharing our episodes. And of course, thank you for your subscription. Each and every one of you are important, and we appreciate it. Second thing I want to do is say thank you to everybody at the shop. Thank you to my beautiful wife, Kathy, and thank you to Bill for doing all of the editing that you have watched over the years. Now, with all of that said, comment down below which one of the projects in 2022 is your favorite. 5 random people will end up with some of our merchandise. T-shirt, sweatshirt, hat, we'll figure it out, but randomly 5 people are going to be chosen for their comment on what vehicle they like the most and why. Now, drum roll, 2022 rundown. Of course, we started the project in 2021, late, and it is still ongoing. It is the 1958 Chevy Cameo pickup truck. As many of you know, the 1958 Chevy Cameo is the pickup truck that was never supposed to be. It is the rarest Cameo that Chevrolet made, and the reason why it was the truck that was never meant to be is because they just basically used all of their leftover parts from 1957, carried them over to 58 until they ran out of parts, so it is said. Now, we have dubbed this the Mistress for reasons known to us, and that is enough said. Then, of course, we have the legacy car, the 1981 Chevy Camaro. This is an extremely important car to the people that we built it for. It is a vehicle that their father purchased when he brand new in 1981, and it's been in the family ever since. He has since passed away, and thus the legacy car. This is his legacy, what he left to his family, part of it, and of course it will become a family heirloom for years to come. A lot of memories wrapped up in that car. We were very happy to do it. We also did a 1979 Chevy Camaro. It was in very, very briefly. Did a full tune-up on the engine and a full sport suspension underneath it. Got rid of the stock stuff and put the suspension underneath it. Now, many of you watched us build the 1966 Chevy Carryall, also known as a Suburban. That was done twice in our shop. Once very retro with side flares on it, and then of course a very modern LS motor upgrade, all that good stuff. That ended up in the Midwest. We brought in a 1966 GTO, only to find out how bad the supply chain has really become for car parts. 2020, 2021, 2022, it has been a challenge just to get parts. But the 1966 Pontiac GTO that we brought in brought the light of day on really how bad the supply chain has gotten. We brought that in December of 2021 to do a parts inventory so we could start it in early 2022. We have found out that many of the parts simply were not available. It has been a full 12 months since that project was in our shop, and we are still waiting for parts and pieces to come in so we can start the project. So in the summer of 2022, we sent that vehicle home to Corey. He enjoyed it this summer, and as soon as we get all the parts in, it will be coming back to our shop. Since 2013, when we started Legendary Customs, you have seen a 1963 red split window Corvette in and out of the shop, on and off. That vehicle was my wife Kathy's and mine. We said we would never sell that car. Well, if you've been watching our episodes, you know in 2022 we did sell our 1963 Corvette.
Here we go. Holy smokes.
125, 130, 125. We're selling it. 130, 125, 130. Sold the car. $125,000.
Now, what do we do with the money? You gotta keep watching. We went out and bought another 1963 Corvette that has absolutely nothing original to it. Our other Corvette was very original, so we didn't want to chop it up. The white 63 Corvette that we purchased, there's so many missing parts and pieces to the puzzle that there is never going back to the original Corvette again. So, what we are going to do to it is put a modern chassis underneath it, a modern high performance drivetrain, modern interior, modern electronics, and of course, the one very important thing that we did not have in our red 63, air conditioning. Yes, believe it or not, air conditioning is a luxury when it comes to the 63 Corvette because not very many came from the factory with it. Now, if you have been watching, you watched the legendary Mystic. The very first truck I ever owned in my life when I was 17, sold it when I was 19. It found me again. It has made it back into my life. We are updating that with a brand new LS drivetrain, modern electronics, everything that's great about an LS motor, 6-speed transmission, a lot more bells and whistles going into it. We are going to keep the air ride. Of course, that was the very first legendary live edge bed made. Did a lot of research, never saw anything on the internet. I think we built the very first one in the world. That bed turned out beautiful. If you're watching this, keep watching Legendary Customs because you're going to see that transform, and then we are thinking about taking that to an auction. So keep watching. You might be able to own the legendary Mystic. Now, you watched the 1971 Corvette wide body come in of Charlie's. That project was and is the most difficult paint job that ever came through our shop. Why do I say that? It was a quad coat paint. You had your base coat, which in this case was a copper. You had a mid coat, which was a all of the pearls, a gold pearl, a silver pearl, and metallics in a mid coat. Over the top of that, a totally translucent candy apple red, and then over the top of that, the clear coat. Now, the reason why this paint job was the most difficult is, if anybody knows out there, candy paint jobs, if you do them wrong, if you don't lay them down even, if you don't have a pattern each and every time that's consistent, you will get zebra stripes. Zach nailed this one beautifully. The paint is a mile deep. In the sun, it is very much alive. It's just a beautiful car. It is truly legendary. All right, that brings us to a truck that you have seen in and out of the body shop in 2022. We're going to go hard at it in 2023. You're going to start seeing the episodes on the 1955 Dirty Willies. Now, before all of you go crazy, don't Google that. You're going to end up on websites that you're not supposed to be on. But the Dirty Willies, the theme behind this is it's going to be a truck that is going to be out on the trails. It is going to be used and abused out in Washington, and they are going to go through the mud. They want this truck to look like it went through a nuclear war. So we have to figure out how to paint it to make it look like it is after a nuclear war and the fallout has happened and it's a survival truck. So this is going to be a cool one. Got a lot done on it. Those episodes are going to start in 2023. In 2022, this year, we started something new at Legendary Customs, and that is full vehicle wraps. We started with my 2011 Escalade EXT. Now, I've had an EXT since 2005 is when I bought the first one. They have been black from 2005 until now, to 2022. So wrapping the black Escalade to the blue wrap that we put on it, my wife and I chose, was a big change for us. Do not regret it whatsoever. The wrap is beautiful in the sun. It shows blue, it shows greens, it shows purples. It is just a beautiful satin wrap. You've watched the episodes, you know what it looks like. Amazing. After that, I had Tom come in. He watched the wide body episodes and he said, Chris, I want my H2 Hummer to be painted in candy apple red, just like that Corvette. And I said, Tom, it's expensive. And he said, how expensive? And he went, okay, Chris, what else can we do? Since we started doing the wraps, we talked about a wrap, and where we ended up after several discussions is a theme wrap. Tom is an extremely patriotic individual. He loves the United States. He loves the country we live in, just as I do. And what did we end up with? We ended up with the Patriot. The Hummer with the American flag theme. It is just cool as hell. Down the road, thumbs up all over the place, horns honking. Just amazing vehicle all the way around. He has had that vehicle for a long time. He wanted something new, and that topped it off. Now, you're watching this, remember, top 5 comments will be randomly chosen from the comments below about what vehicle you like the best. Comment down below, tell us. We will send you some shirts. All sorts of stuff will be available. 5 of the people randomly chosen. I want to again thank each and every one of you for watching our channel. Without you, we wouldn't have what we do. Very blessed with how our YouTube channel is doing, and we are looking forward to it growing. So please share our episodes, subscribe. We appreciate that. Now, 2023, what is going to be happening? You're going to watch the Dirty Willies be finished out. Episodes will start. We'll be finishing that one. We also have a 1952 Ford panel van that has been sitting in the lot for about a year, year and a half. With everything that's been going on, it is coming up shortly. Now that's going to be a body swap. We're going to take that 52 panel truck and put it on a Crown Vic like we've done many times. And we're going to give a modern drivetrain underneath an old truck so they can use it as a family. That truck, again, is about family memories. So those episodes are going to be coming up. Of course, the Corey's GTO will be coming back to the shop when we get all the parts and pieces in to do it. We also have a rare car coming in, a 1955 Mercury convertible. We're going to be painting that one for Pete. Okay, also in 2023, long time coming, our website is going to be updated. So many of the projects that have happened over the last 3 years that are not on our website will have our projects out there. And also, many people have asked through emails many times about our merchandise. We will have down on the bottom of our website a merchandise area. You can buy these work shirts, you can buy our t-shirts, you can buy our coolers, you can buy our hats, sweatshirts. We are looking at expanding that whole line. Many people really like our logo, the 55 Chevy through 59 Chevy side silhouette, and it just is appreciated that guys like it and gals like it out there. So we've decided to make it available for the public. Anyway, much more to come. We're extremely excited at Legendary Customs. The reason why we're excited is because of how blessed we are. We are booked out several months. Right now, almost a year and a half, 2 years. But if you have a vehicle sitting in your driveway, in your garage, or in the barn that you have not been able to get around to, send us an email. Tell us about it. We will see about getting you onto our schedule and getting that memory that's sitting there back on the road. Something as simple as a carburetor rebuild, check the brakes, and drain the fuel system to get it back on the road as it is, or a full restoration and everything in between. Again, Chris with Legendary Customs, based out of La Crosse, Wisconsin. Again, I want to thank my beautiful wife, Kathy. I want to thank Bill for putting all of these episodes together. And I want to thank the guys at the shop. Without each and every one of you, we could not do what we do at Legendary Customs. I truly, truly, truly appreciate everybody on the team, because without each and every one of you, it would be more and more challenging to do what we do. So thank you. And everybody out there on the internet, thank you very much for tuning in to Legendary Customs. And again, comment below, win a t-shirt, 5 random people. We appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. Again, Chris, Legendary Customs out of La Crosse, Wisconsin. Thank you very much.